this video, we're going to be looking at Gemini in Google Classroom. So we're going to start by just going to classroom.google.com, and on the left-hand side, we're looking for Gemini. What you'll see in this area is that there are built-in tools that you can use to create instructional materials or planning documents for you and for your students. Additionally, if I scroll down just a little bit, we can also start with prompts in Gemini. So when I click any of these, it's going to open up Google Gemini for me. We're going to look at 6 examples today covering all grade levels from K to 5th grade. So let's get started. For our kindergarten example, we're going to write a short story. So I'm going to click this Write a Story here. And then you'll notice that I'll just fill in some information. So first I'm going to fill in that it's kindergarten. The topic of my story is going to be a friendly cat named Sam sits on a mat and plays with a cap. So I'm just giving it a quick topic or plot for the story. I'm going to add some additional details for this one. And I want it to be a decodable text that has exactly 4 sentences. I want it to focus on the short A CVC words and keep the sentence structure simple for beginner readers because again, this is going to be for kindergarten. And then the last thing I'm going to do is add in some keywords to include. So cat is going to be a keyword, mat, sat, pat, and cap. So I've got these 5 words here. All I did was added the keyword and then pressed enter. And keep in mind that I can change all these details. So I can level up this text or I can make it simple. I'm going to click generate. And then it's going to generate that story for me. Now I have 2 options here. I can export this story to Google Docs or I can add it directly to Google Classroom. Just because you create something in Classroom doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use it here. So for my kindergarten teachers, if you have access to Seesaw, you may want to add something like this to Seesaw, or maybe you just really needed some time to brainstorm, and then you're going to use this story later on in something else. With all of this, one thing that you do need to remember when you're creating things in here is that there's no way to go back to what you created before. So if you're, thinking about whether or not you want to use this story, you're not quite sure, I would export things to Docs because then it at least saves it in your Google Drive. You don't necessarily have to use it, but that's the way to save this content to get back to it if you need it later. I'm just going to click Gemini. It's going to give me a little warning that says I haven't saved anything, and I know that for mine. All right, next up, we are going to look at our 1st grade example. So for our 1st grade example, we are going to use one of our Gemini prompts, and I am looking for creating a math story word problem. So when I click this, it's going to open up Gemini. And Gemini is going to sort of be my thought partner. So it's going to give me some questions that I'm going to answer and help me create this set of math problems here. So tell me a little about your goal with this set of word problems. So I'm just going to copy and paste, create 5 math word problems for 1st graders. So what is important here is that it's 1st graders. So I've added my grade level. I've added that we're practicing addition within 20. I want 2 versions, a version A that should use numbers under 10 and a version B that should use numbers up to 20 with 2-step scenarios. And then I want it to use a theme like playground animals. And I'll just click submit. What you'll notice that's different than if I were to just go to Gemini and create this is that it's asking a few more questions. So it really wants to make sure that it has refined down exactly what I'm asking for before it actually generates anything. So is there anything else that I need to tailor to? Should I include an answer key? Should I leave space for the students to draw? Anything like that. I'm just going to say no. And we'll get it to create those story problems for us. All right, so I have my version A with numbers up to 10, and then my version B with numbers up to 20 and 2 steps in there. I can also now ask, maybe now I'd like an answer key, or now I want it to create something in addition to this. Maybe there's some vocabulary that I want the students to remember in addition to these two versions here. So really easy for me to create something. So now how do I get this information into something that I can actually use with students? So just as a reminder with Gemini, if I come here to more, I always have the option to export it to docs. So I can always take that content and export it to Google Docs. I'll show you in some later examples how we can do similar things for like a slideshow or Google Forms. Let's hop back to Google Classroom. All right, for second grade, we are going to re-level some text. So I have a short story that I know is at a second grade reading level, but not all of my students are at that level. So I'm going to have it rewrite the story so that it is at a first grade level, but I want to make sure that it includes the words pollination and pollen. So I still want those two words to be included in my story, leveled from a second grade reading level down to a first grade reading level, and I'll click generate. So I have my original text here and then my generated text here. A is the adjusted for the targeted grade level, and the A underline are the keywords that I asked it to include. Here, I can export this to Docs or add it directly to Classroom. Now, if I like this text and I think, okay, I want to keep that text, I can just copy the text and then maybe paste it into a Google Doc, and I'll call it the first grade one. And then I can come back up here and I'm going to say, actually re-level this to third grade. It's going to regenerate that text for me, and it just adjusted a few words. It's not a huge, long reading passage, so it's really just adjusting a few things in here, but it allows me to quickly create the same story in 3 different levels for all of my students, and I can export those to Doc or add it directly to Classroom. The other one I want to mention with this, I'm not going to save it, but the other one I want to mention with this is we do have the option here to also translate text. So if I'm looking for like, okay, I have that story in the second grade level and I want to translate it to a different language, I can also do that directly in Google Classroom. All right, next up, we're going on to third grade, and we are going to generate a quiz this time. Let's generate a quiz. So my targeted level is third grade. We are looking at maybe creating 5 questions, and we've been talking about ecosystems and habitats. So I'm just going to add some keywords here. The other thing that I can do is I can actually pull up my standards, copy and paste those standards in there. So however I want to describe the topic or get the standards or the knowledge or the skill, whatever it is, I'm just going to add that content in there, and then I'm going to select generate learning objectives. So at this point, it's not generating the quiz yet. It has generated some learning objectives. And now I can go through it and say, yep, these are good. This is what I wanted the students to learn. And now I'm going to choose the question types. This is optional, so it would select it for you, or you can say, I only want them to be multiple choice. In my case, I'm going to say I only want them to be multiple choice, and I'm going to generate the questions. Once those questions have been generated, you can see here I've got a question, I've got my answer options, and then I have a correct answer. And what I love with this, being Gemini and Classroom, you're staying in that Google ecosystem, right? So if I scroll all the way to the bottom, notice that I don't have that export to Docs or add to class, because right now this is not in a form that I want to add it to class. I'm going to say export and then to forms here. So I have add to class and export to Docs there, but I'm actually going to export it to Google Forms. And let's see what happens when we do that. When I export it to Google Forms, it creates that Google Form quiz. Now, it didn't give it a great title, so I can always rewrite that title if I need to. But if I click on one of these questions, what you'll notice here is that it automatically added the answer key and the correct answer for me. So I don't have to worry about creating that quiz in Forms or copying and pasting things over. It's automatically doing that. The other thing I want to point out down here at the bottom is we can modify this with a prompt. So maybe I don't like question 3. So I can say replace question 3 with a new one, and then it's going to rewrite that quiz, but only rewrite question 3. This is a really big one where I would highly recommend that you make sure you export it to Forms in order to save it, so that you don't lose this progress here. So that's going to be exported to Forms, automatically saved in your Google Drive. You can then add it to a folder or whatever you need to do. But this is a really easy way to maybe even create like check for understanding quiz. Since you can determine how many questions you want, you can make it as long or as short as you need it. So going back to our Gemini, we've got 2 more examples for this. So for 4th grade, we're going to be creating discussion prompts. So in this case, I wanted to create some discussion prompts for my students. So I'm coming down to a start with a prompt in Gemini for education, and I'm looking for craft engaging discussion prompts. Just like we saw before with our word problems, it's going to open Gemini and it's going to start that prompt for me. So tell me how you plan to use this. I'm going to ask it to give me 5 creative would you rather questions tailored for 4th graders that encourage growth mindset and social emotional reflection, learning a new skill versus teaching a friend. And I'm going to click submit. Okay, so now that I have all the information that I'd like, what I'm going to ask it to do next is I'm going to actually click this plus button and go to Canvas, and I'm going to say create a slide for each would you rather question and journal prompt. And we'll always just throw in a make it colorful. So why did I say to go to Canvas first? This is actually going to pop out an editor that it's going to create a slide for each of these questions and journal prompts for me. So this is going to make it even easier for me to use this with my students, as quickly as possible. So let's see what it creates. All right, so it's created our slides for us. So let's look through these. So here's our would you rather option A or option B. And then our journal prompt. So for each of these, it looks like it's created a slide that has the would you rather question. And then it has a slide for the journal prompts. If I'm ready to use these, or I'm seeing like, I maybe want to change out some of the wording, or even, it looks like I've got a picture that I need to change out here, I can select to export this to slides, and then it's going to open it in Google Slides, and I'm able to fully edit it. So it does a really nice job of creating some instructional resources for you, but then giving you the option to fully customize them once those instructional resources are created kind of in their draft form. So that was our 4th grade example. To wrap it up, let's look at a 5th grade example. And in this one, we're going to create a choice board. So I'm going to select build a choice board. I'm looking for 5th grade, and our topic is American Revolution. Now, I may have additional things that I want to include here. So you'll see on this one, we have the option to upload it from Google Drive. So I am able to upload additional materials in here just to make, again, the output even more refined and better for my learning objectives. So I'll create that learning objective there. And I can always change these. And then I'm just going to click generate. Now this is going to generate a choice board for my student. So that content has been generated, and what you'll see here is I've got, looks like 8 tiles. They take various amounts of time. They have various materials that they need, and each of them asks the students to do something different. So let's just say, for the sake of this video, that I've looked through all of these and they look awesome and I love them and I want to use them with students, or I want to give the students the option to do this. So instead of export to docs this time, I'm going to click add to class. Then I'm going to choose my drop down and select my current class, and I'm going to choose to make this an assignment and click confirm. Once I do that, it's going to open that assignment in Google Classroom for me. And I can see that assignment right here. So students can view the file, or I can say make a copy for each student. I'm going to add in additional instructions or materials that the students might need. And then I can also click here to actually view that choice board. So if I did want to make any adjustments to this or get rid of one of them, I think one of them was a 90-minute one, I may want to get rid of that one because it's going to take a little longer than what we have in our class. So I can get rid of that option in there as well. I can also click this add rubric and generate a rubric from the information that the students have in here. So it's just another nice way of sort of integrating Gemini into every aspect when you're going through Google Classroom. So those are just a few of the ways that you can use Gemini in Google Classroom with your students. Thanks for watching.